Hey guys, Jeffries here, and welcome back to Cities in Motion 2. In the last episode, we built the new bus line, the Azure line, which you can see running around the perimeter there. Pretty much every single stop has someone waiting, and apart from a couple in this part of the city, and possibly a couple in this part of the city, yeah, you can see there's one or two there. Every person has. Oh, what stops that for? Oh. I think that's part of the or meant to be part of the Cobalt line actually, and it got left out. Or maybe it was the Azure. No, that's part of the Cobalt line, that one. Oops. Oh well, it never existed. There we go. So yeah, apart from one or two, every single stop has a passenger waiting. At this end of things, lots of passengers there waiting. None for the Cobalt line, but 29 for the Violet line and 11 for the Azure line. And on this side, 18 for the Navy line, 24 for the Indigo line. Underneath the monorail, only got 1 for the Ruby line, and on this side, 25 for the Scarlet line. The monorail itself is still fairly popular. Only 2 here at the moment, but I think a train's just gone through, so that'll be why. Yeah, we've got people here. 40 people waiting there. 19 waiting here. Let's pick out some other big numbers. 68 waiting on this side here. So yeah, we've got lots and lots of people. 42 waiting there. 41 now, all waiting for the Indigo line. What I did was I went into the timetables and I recalculated some of the timings. Because we had issues where depots were running out of vehicles. And it was a little too expensive at the time to just buy more vehicles. So I went through the timetables and had a look. And then after I did that, I turned off the lines and turned them on again, which is why there's not so many passengers, and those that are waiting aren't very happy because they've been waiting for a little while. If I speed up time, you'll see what I mean. You see the vehicles are starting to come out, the buses, the trolleys, the trams, and hopefully in a minute there should be some monorail trains coming out. There you go, 1, 2. So yeah, we're just a little bit of a factory reset, waiting for everything to start running as per normal again. And I left you guys in the last episode having built this bridge here. And it's because this episode, finally, hopefully, we're going to start building Metro. And I just want to do a little test. Well, it's not so much a test. This is starting to place preliminary track for the actual Metro network. So I'm going to start that there. I'm going to run that underneath all the way down to about... If I keep running it down and then go 1, 2, sort of there-ish maybe. In fact, one of the simple solutions for this problem is to delete a road or make a road narrower. And I think in this case I'm going to want to make this road narrower. Make myself a little bit more space. Do I want to do that? I think I do. And then maybe run this pathway down a little bit further to say here. Oh, I don't know. It's a massive sacrifice to make. But if it's for the good of the city then... Or perhaps turn this into a bridge as well. In fact, I think I'll do that. I think I'll turn this bit into a bridge as well. So let's hope it's not too expensive. So what, it's an avenue, wasn't it? And it's a 3x3, which is that one. So it's to here, and then we go up to there, and then we go down to... saying we don't have enough money, so let's speed up time a little bit. We need 4,500 to build this bridge. And it just gives us a lot more space to work with to get the metro line in and out, little things like that. In fact, you know what? I think I'm going to have to take out a loan to do this, so let's do that. You see our profits are starting to rise up as well because we're getting more people. That was on 12,000 last episode, it's now on 14,000. That was on 12,000, I think, it's now on 14,000. That was on 9,000, I believe, it's now on 11,000. I'm sort of half making these numbers up, so you'll have to forgive me if I'm a bit wrong. Right, we're going to decrease the size of this line significantly. I'd say just 5, maybe 10,000. Let's round up to 15 for preliminary work. We'll also get rid of the interest rate. take that right down, because really we could pay this off in 1 week, but I'm actually going to do it over 5 weeks, so it doesn't dent our amount too much, as you can see. Okay, so yeah, preliminary work. Let's make time normal again. We're going to lift this up like so, and then we're going to lower it down again. Right, deleted a couple of buildings doing that, but it's not too big an issue. Because of that, we can now delete that road there, we can delete that there. What we're going to do instead is we're going to have a pedestrian street that runs. This overall length is, what, 158, give or take? Roughly 158. So we're going to run it halfway, which is 76, like so. And then we're going to join it up like that. Like so. And what that does is gives us a little bit of a dip in the center here where it goes down to ground level, and that is perfect. That's exactly what we need, because our metro stations, the entrances and exits, should be situated on this little dip bit here, and then it rises up at either side to let the tracks underneath, which is what we're going to try and do now, hopefully, although this road might need rebuilding because that looks ugly. Let's try and run the tracks underneath now and see what it does. So we want one in each direction. We run it in a straight line like that. Is that? Yeah. Sort of to about there. Like that. You can see there's a little bit of an overlap, and there's a tiny bit of a tunnel at this side, which, we could live with. And then we'll do the same on this side. So straight down, underneath like so. And we'll place them like that. These are our two main lines. Yeah, these are our two main lines. On this side of the bridge, there will be a little bit of a fork, which actually I'm going to have this carrier going on a there. Can't speak today. I'm going to have that carry on in a straight line. So ideally, I want this to go like that. Although if I try and link it up to this road and then drop it down 3, does that look okay? Like I said, this is just prelim work, so it might not end up being like this exactly. But with the amount of money we're spending on it, I'd like it to be as close to this as possible. So we kind of want it to do that, but then curve off. If I can make the curve gentle enough in that direction. So we'll have 1, 2, 3. In fact, no, 2. Like that. Okay, 3. Like that. And then have it run off in this direction. Like so. And then this piece of track here is going to curve round and connect to this piece of track. Well, I'm not 100% sure how that's going to work out yet, actually. It might not end up doing that. It might, because that looks ugly. In fact, that looks really ugly. Let's draw a line out like that. Oh, crikey, this looks awful. Right, scrap that idea. Scrap that completely. We're going to build the straight line like this, and it's going to go 1, 2, connect. Now we're going to build a curve like that, perhaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's not going to let me do that. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that sort of works. It's just not. It's just that last bit there. It doesn't work. So lower that bit by 1, and then see if I can lower that one by 3. Okay, we'll have to revisit that idea. For now though, I want to build a little straight line going like that, and then I want this to connect like that, and then like hang on, let's do it from the other side, like that, sort of like that. There we go. And then this section will be rebuilt at some stage to look a little bit different. You'll see what I mean in a little while, if not in the next episode. So that's what I want this bit to look like. You can see we kind of got like a little drop down section to where the platforms will be, and then it rises up again. That still looks ugly. I might need to rebuild this road, if not demolish it completely. But yeah, you get the fair idea of what I want this to look like when it's finished. Yeah, no, I can't change that really. I'm quite happy with that. Now, for the actual platforms. So we want big stations like this, and we haven't got enough money to build with. Okay, let's see if we can rectify that problem, shall we? Speed up some time. How much do these cost? 900 each. So yeah, there's one. So we'll put one there, like that, and then we'll have one on this side when the money comes in. This is it's a lot of waiting involved with this game. You need to be very patient. A little too patient sometimes, because you have to wait for the money to come in so that you can actually build these nice things. It gets very, very frustrating, but then, you know, that's what a simulation game basically is. It gets very frustrating. You just have to bear with it. What we need is for this to hurry up a little bit though, because but whilst we're waiting for that, let's have a look at what's going on with the hub. You see the passengers are definitely starting to roll back in from all over the city. That's why the hub is so busy. It's not because of this area here, it's because passengers coming in from other parts of the city. Look at that, 52 on this tram. They all pour off and they end up crossing the roads and things like that. A lot of them end up at the monorail stops. You can see there's over 80 people waiting for the Nectarine line now. 61 waiting for the Tangerine line. There are a lot of passengers waiting for these transit vehicles to arrive. Which, you know, when you set up to build a hub like this in a city, this is what you want. I mean, look at that, 120, over 120, 130 now at that stop, 140 even. And there was 140 at this stop, but they're all starting to go their separate ways now. So many people waiting for these forms of transport, and that's where all the money's coming from at the moment. It's just pouring in because of all of that. It's fantastic to watch. Do you know what, actually, I've just had another idea. Scrap that, scrap that, scrap that. Into a point. I don't know, what do I want to do with, if I scrap that bit, what happens to the tunnel? It just stays there and looks awful. So we'll get rid of both of those sections like so. And then when the money comes in, we'll rebuild this section of track. I think the idea really was to build the track first and then the road on top. As you see, I can't afford it at the moment. I need 2,500. Take out another mini loan, maybe. I don't know how many loans I'm allowed left. We're paying off an awful lot of loans at the moment. If you look at repayments, 12,000. So if we weren't paying them off, we'd be making 26,000 in profit. Our actual income is 56,000. You see how much gets taken out of it by all these expenses. You know, repayments, interest. Interest is more than the repayments. It's unbelievable. Inspectors, which, let's bump this up to 75 and see what that does. Oh, that's shot up. Look at that. 10,000 in fares and only 4,000 in inspectors. So that seems to be the logical way of going about this. Whilst we're waiting, let's put in this second metro platform because we can afford it now. We're going to build it on this side, obviously, so that passengers can get off on this bit. We'll build it. In fact, where's the... interesting. 1 second, because we've lost the shelter on that side as well. That's very odd. Okay, so we'll rebuild this one first. You can see the shelter pops up there. And then we'll just wait a little bit and we should be able to afford to build this one. And there's warnings flashing up on the screen saying that we don't have enough vehicles, which we don't, probably. What was it, buses that we don't have enough of? Oh yeah, it's buses. Where are they all? Well, you can see them all driving around here. This one's following this one. Let me look at that a sec, actually. Let me open up a timetable and have a look. So that's the Navy line, isn't it? Second loop. Is it Navy line? I think that one's the Navy line there. So what time are we? 11:25 roughly on a Wednesday. So that comes under weekday. So there should be one every 2 hours. And yet we've got one right behind the other. And I don't think there was 2 hours worth of traffic on that little bit of loop line there. So where has that bus come from? That second bus. Because wherever it's come from, it's stacking up, which it shouldn't be doing. And that means that we've got lots of buses out en route which shouldn't be out en route. So overall we've got 25 buses and we need 39. So I suppose that's one of the reasons why we're down. I might have to sort this out between episodes actually, because we're pretty much run out of time in this episode. I think what I might do is reload the game back in actually and work on the important things, but I'll do that off camera and then we'll come back and I'll show you guys what I've done. So until then guys, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support, and until next time, I will see you soon.